So Donald J. Trump is being charged in the impeachment hearings of abuse of power. And before we begin today's video, I'd like to take a little time out for the people that are subscribed to my channel. I know a lot of people are concerned about, am I going to still do Kroger videos? I will do it. I haven't done them lately because really there's not enough news surrounding Kroger, but I will have those videos up the next following month, which will be the new year. I'm sorry that I haven't been uploading a lot of videos because I have a busy, hectic life, and it's the holidays. So I hope everyone can accept my apologies. But without further ado, let's talk about today's video. Donald J. Trump being accused of abuse of power, a toxic environment, as he's our president of the United States. And I'm not, is anyone surprised of that? Donald J. Trump? If you look at Donald J. Trump's timeline, even before he was president of the United States, he always had a timeline of abuse of power moves when he was a judge for the Miss USA pageant. A lot of contestants, a lot of women have came to the forefront, particularly in the Me Too movement, talked about their relationships with Donald J. Trump. And when I say relationship, I don't mean that they were in a relationship. It could have been a business relationship or just a relationship in general, a casual relationship. How Donald J. Trump treated women. This is Mr. Grab 'em by the cooch, okay? And a lot of people that are pro Donald J. Trump will come up with these lame excuses to excuse away Donald Trump's behavior, basically saying that, well, this woman has a sketchy background, a scandalous background, and this woman is in adult entertainment. So how can we believe these women? Okay, instead of being very judgmental towards Donald J. Trump, they're more judgmental for the accusers, and that's how Donald J. Trump skated away from those accusations by pretty much calling the women useless. You can't trust what they're saying, and a lot of those occasions and a lot of those accusations were just accusations. They didn't proceed any further, and they pretty much got smeared away from social media, as well as the political side of things ever since he became president of the United States. Wink, wink. I'm pretty sure he had paid a lot of these people off. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. But that's the sketchy behavior, toxic type of behavior of Donald J. Trump. And now Donald J. Trump is going to be impeached. Now, there's a possibility that he could no longer become president of these United States. But, Donald J. Trump has already been in office like more than 3 years. And the likelihood with all this transpiring is he's probably not going to run for a second term. But if you look at it, who is going to be dumb enough to vote for Donald J. Trump again? Okay, so there's a little thing I like to do when I'm around, when I'm out and about or I'm at work. 3 years ago, well, let's go ahead and just say a full 4 years ago, everyone was mega proud. Make America great again. Everyone used to wear the hats, the t-shirts, have bumper stickers, hashtag it on social media. Everyone was so proud of that movement. And that movement represented Donald J. Trump. Everyone liked that slogan, make America great again. That slogan morphed into other slogans that's connected to Make America Great Again. But that's neither here nor there. I don't think that's Donald Trump's doing or anyone in Donald J. Trump's doing, and his camp doing. But everyone was Make America Great Again proud. Okay? And how times have changed. 4 years later, you can't even find anyone. You could I guarantee you, if you drive down the highway, if you drive down the streets, can you find a bumper sticker with "Make America Great Again"? You can't find it. It's like people peeled the bumper stickers off. I guarantee if you walk downtown, I guarantee you can't even find anyone wearing "Let's Make America Again" hat or T-shirt or apparel. You can't find that stuff. What happened? What happened to all that apparel? Just no one's no longer proud of it no more. It's not fashionable no more. I just think people are a lot wiser than they were 4 years ago. But it's amazing what time can do to a lot of people out there when reality falls in and seeps in. That and another thing I like to do is, you can't even find two people that voted for Donald J. Trump. 4 years ago, everyone was so proud that they're welcoming this new change, this new attitude, this new personality of Donald J. Trump, and everyone was so for it. But now, when you, in 2019, soon to be 2020, you can't even find two people that voted for Donald J. Trump. You can't even find one person that still have beliefs that make America great again, that, trending slogan means anything anymore. So, no one, a lot of people who were proud of this slogan, you can't even find these people anymore. Now I know a lot of people are, on social media, they might hashtag it, they may put it in a comments, but I guarantee you they will not show their face. It'll be probably someone else's face. It'll probably be an image of something else. But no one's not going to put their stamp, their face, their livelihood on "Let's Make America Great Again." No one is not going to stoop that low. And no one has that belief anymore about "Make America Great Again." Okay? I knew Donald J. Trump was in trouble before all of this. And, I'm a few of, particularly in this country, it's a small minority of us that did not believe in "Let's Make America Great Again." Nice trend. It was very popular. Okay, but it had really no meaning behind it. It had no definition behind it. It had no passion or heart behind it. It was just a trending thing that people would say to be popular or to be in the in crowd. Okay, I know a lot of people are not gonna remember when "Whoop, there it is." "Whoop, there it is," or "Twerk, twerk, twerk for the work, work, work." You don't hear anybody saying that no more, right? And there's a reason why people do not say that anymore, because it's old. It's not fashionable. It's not. It's just not the end thing to say or do anymore. And the same goes with "Let's Make America Great Again." Okay, but let's dive into Donald J. Trump and the possibilities, the scenarios that could happen if he gets removed from office. I don't think he's going to get removed from office. Not because he have done a lot of good things for the country. Even though another little thing he loved to say, he was always a one-trick pony. He was always a one phase type of person that would say, "Let's build the wall. Let's build a wall so immigrants can't come into our neck of the woods and take our benefits and take our jobs." Illegal immigrants, even though when you look at it, hindsight being 50-50, the jobs that they were taking were jobs that no one in America wanted to do. No one in America had a passion nor a desire to clean the streets or to do lawn care or, go, become maids or anything like that. We as America, we look at those jobs as, we look down to those type of jobs, and we look down at people who do those jobs. Okay, no one went to college just to be in landscape. Okay, so the jobs that everyone was so against for the immigrants not to have in America, they were filling jobs that Americans did not want to do. Okay, but I don't want to step on that soapbox too much because, it is what it is. So let's talk about Donald J. Trump and the possibilities that's in front of him. To be completely honest with you guys, you're gonna hear you're gonna see a lot of articles. If you watch the hearings live, you're gonna see a lot of entertainment, a lot of drama. But at the end of the day, it means nothing because he's almost out of office, and what the Senate and the government is going to do is just let it ride out and just let him walk out on his own terms, his swan song, sort of say. But I do feel like it's, when you talk about the damage from these proceedings, how it affects the next Republican candidate that wants to become president of the United States, I feel like it's going to tarnish, if you are for Republicans, I feel like it's going to really tarnish them. And I feel like, even though it might be someone in the Republican Party that, really want to help, people out, who's really a people person, who's really the type of person that can roll up their sleeves and help restore, help getting this country back into its glory days. Which, by the way, let's talk about the glory days of the Donald J. Trump, term. No one's working, no jobs are created, and the salaries of the jobs that you do have, the pay hasn't increased. Those jobs are not desirable for working class American citizens. They do not want those jobs. Okay, that's why when you look at these, when you look at these jobs, particularly at department stores, retail outlets, the mall, if you look at restaurants, it doesn't matter if it's gourmet or fast food. If you look at construction, if you look at a lot, not construction so much, but when you look at these mid-level, I wouldn't call them, a lot of people might say they're not mid-level, they're below level. But if you look at these jobs, Americans look at these jobs as, these are not desirable jobs I want to do. And, you're probably in one of these two categories. Either, you don't have enough experience or enough education to get the desired job you want, okay? Or you're the type of person that, has a checkered background where you're not going to qualify for the better job, so you have no choice but to choose these jobs, okay? So, if you look at unemployment, it's at an all-time high. When you look at foreign policy, it has gotten worse, okay? So, a lot of things that the pro, quote unquote, let's make America great again by electing Donald J. Trump as our leader, none of those positions have changed. It's actually gotten worse, okay? And now America wants another change, okay? They want another change. Instead of giving him a second chance, they want another change, okay? And a lot of people that voted for Donald J. Trump, now they're having voters remorse, because I felt like the perfect candidate for this country. I don't think she would have done a better job than previous presidents, okay? But I think she would have gotten us pointed in the right direction was Hillary Clinton. I was a huge advocate of Hillary Clinton. Now, the first thing people say about Hillary Clinton when they badmouth her is, oh, she's a liar. She was caught red-handed lying and this, that, and the third. So you don't want her in office, but you want someone who has an abusive personality, who when he walks in a room, the environment is very toxic, and he has a abusive power. And if you look at his timeline, he's been doing this since the 80s. Okay, so you want somebody like that to represent us. But when it comes to Hillary Clinton, you want to give him a second chance. But when it comes to Hillary Clinton, you don't want to give her no chances. Okay, and I'm not saying either or was perfect. I'm not saying Hillary Clinton was head and above shoulders better than Donald J. Trump. I feel like if you look at the two candidates, even 4 years from now, they're both even. Okay, but I felt like Hillary Clinton had a better plan, and if Hillary Clinton was allowed to become president of the United States, I feel like the country would probably be in better hands than Donald J. Trump. I know for a fact Donald J. Trump has had his ride, had his term, and the country is no better. Okay, a lot of people would say Obama put us in a lot of situations when it comes to the economics, when it comes to jobs and things like that. But to that I say this: when his two terms, his first term was better than Trump's first term in office. If you compare the two, plus he was entering in with the terrorism, a war on terrorism, and he had a lot of things on his plate that he had to he was pretty much grandfathered in. After George Bush ran his two terms, he was pretty much grandfathered in. He was left with the problems from even with the terrorism, the war on terrorism. That was a money issue, folks. Who's paying for all that stuff that we destroyed there? Who's paying for the military? Who's doing the budgeting for the military? Okay, that stuff, those problems still existed with Obama, and he managed it pretty well. Just imagine if Obama was not allowed to have his two terms, and we just automatically put Donald Trump. I feel like if you look at his previous work with his terms now, we would have been in a worse situation, in a worse predicament than where we are today. The country is no better than it once was 4 years ago. You're going to have your Trump supporters. They're going to tell you, oh, well, he did this to healthcare and he did this for the environment. By the way, let's talk about that for a second. E-cigarettes. It's amazing how they're legal to buy. They're people are buying them at an alarming rate, and people were not checking out and doing their due diligence as far as research on how it can affect a human body. Now all this research comes out that e-cigarettes are more dangerous than regular cigarettes. Okay, but it went through all that red tape for people who for the makers who make e-cigarettes to make a ton of money. Okay, and the stocks of those companies, you don't think none of those senators or even politicians or even your own president have large stakes in those companies? Okay, no wonder it went through without any little headway as far as problems go. Okay, but they want to keep you guys focused on the old narrative of we got a war on drugs, we got a war on terrorism, and the American public should worry more and be more concerned about that instead of cigarettes, how it's killing a lot of Americans as far as e-cigarettes, how it's killing a lot of Americans, and even alcohol is still killing a lot of Americans. Even guns are killing a lot of Americans. But, they got this fictional, pretty much a fictional opinion about America. You should be more focused on you should be more focused on these other situations than what's in your backyard. Okay, so but this is all this is how politics work, and this is why Donald J. Trump is the president of the United States of America. Okay, because it's not about the average American citizen. It's about the corporations. It's about the powers that be. Okay, ultimately, how we landed Donald J. Trump. When you got those factors pulling for Donald J. Trump, or individuals such as Donald J. Trump, that those corporations and the powers that be benefit from having Donald J. Trump in office. No wonder he's our president of the United States of America. But like I said, this impeachment hearing, at the end of the day, he's going to be charged with a lot of charges, and at the end of the day, he's not going to serve any jail time. He's not going to pay an enormous fine. He's not going to be impeached out of his office, because then you'll be hearing stories like, well, why kick him out now when he's going to be gone in little as 6 months anyway? Okay, so time we try him, and time he gets his day in court, and time he wants, even if he gets charged, he has a right to appeal. Time we go through all that, he'll be already out of out of the White House. Okay, so that's pretty much how the timeline, and that's how the story is going to be for Donald J. Trump. So supporters of Donald J. Trump they'll stand up and say, well, he never been impeached or charged with anything. He had an opportunity to appeal. But why appeal when you're no longer president of the United States, and he's going to skate by and fly by, and it's not going to affect or damage him? Okay, and he'll be on the record books. He'll be in the history books. And, the few supporters that support Donald J. Trump are going to make excuses on why, he could have, if he would have had a second term, he could have easily turned this country around, making it better. And he's not going to be blamed for the problems that he's going to leave in the White House for the next president to deal with. The next president is going to be blamed for those problems that Donald J. Trump just left in his lap. Okay, so that's my 2 cents on Donald J. Trump. Guys, tell me what you think. Hit the comment section. I'll try to comment back if I can. I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday, and I'll see you guys next year. Thank you.